So this video is going to be a phonics dictionary for you. So all the words that you'll come across when you are listening to your children talk about phonics, or when your teachers might be talking about phonics, or teaching assistants might talk about phonics. So the first thing I want to talk about is a phoneme. And a phoneme is the sound that a letter makes. It's the sound. I'd always get my ear to help the children prompt that as well. So the sound that this letter makes here is I, I, I. A grapheme is the name of the letter. So this grapheme here is I, and that's the name of the letter. The sound, the phoneme, is I, the grapheme is I. Okay, the next word you're coming across is mnemonic. And a mnemonic is a little tool that we use to teach the children, kind of like a rhyme, to remember how to spell a certain word where we might not be able to use our phonics. Now, one example that I remember from being a child is because. And the rhymes that we tell have the letters that we say, the words that we say, sorry, the first letter of each of those words gives us a clue how to spell it. So if I was going to write because, I used to say, Betty eats cakes and uses 7 eggs. Each of those words, so Betty, B, eats, E, cakes, C, allows me to spell that out. For year 2 as well, we often use, try to learn to spell the words would, could and should. So that's oh you lucky duck, sh, oh you lucky duck for should, and oh you lucky duck for could. They're mnemonics there the children learn to help spell those words. Okay, the next thing you're going to come across are action words. And action words are something that we teach the children because they can't always read these words using their phonics skills. So for example, one of the words we teach them is the. And there's a little character on the card, and this one has got its arms out like this by its side, and it's got its tongue sticking out, going th, th, for make the th sound. And the children will have a go looking at that word, they'll do the action, th, and they'll say the. And the action helps them to remember that word, so when the action's taken away, the children can still read that word. I'll put a picture just up here so you can see it as well. Another thing that's quite similar to this as well, and there's a little bit of overlap here, are common exception words. And the clue's in the name for this one, they're an exception. The children can't use their phonics to read these words all the time. They are tricky, so they are like what we call them tricky words as well. And common exception words are defined for us a lot of the time already. So in year 1 and 2, these words are said in the national curriculum, and we teach these words to the children because we know they might find them difficult to read and to write these words. So there's a list that you can get from your teachers to be able to read those ones. In reception, there's also common exception words that we teach the children, as well as high frequency words which go across school. And these are words that we teach the children because we know they'll come across it a lot. They'll see these words a lot. And by allowing the children to read these words by sight, read them more quickly, it allows the children to develop their reading fluency. So when they're reading, they're not relying on their phonics decoding and segmenting and blending all the time, so they're decoding. They are also relying on using their reading skills there as well, which is their sight memory at this time.